The Setup app allows administrators to create and manage users in the TT platform. You can give users various admin privileges, you can assign them accounts and give them rights to trade, and you can permission users to view market data on various exchanges. This lets you set up a variety of users, including traders, brokers, or risk administrators. This area is also where you go to send and monitor invitations sent to users to provide them access to the TT environment. To set up a user, we go to the User tab in the Setup app and click New User. You will be asked to identify this new user as either an employee of your company or not. If you would like to invite and fully manage users that are not employees or members of your company, which includes paying for the user's market data and transaction charges, you could select No. For this example, we will select Yes and click Continue. On the New screen, enter user information in the Identification and Contact Information sections. Required fields are noted with an asterisk. You also have the option to assign the user to an existing user group or share them with another company by clicking Add in either User Groups or Company Relationships. In the Status section, select a trade mode. Our default is View Only, which does not allow order routing. We could enable Basic for basic order entry, but for this example, we will set up a user with access to all automated and algorithmic trading tools such as AutoSpreader and AutoTrader by selecting Professional. We then click Create. When we check the box next to our new user in the data grid, we get a number of tabbed options. We can see the information we created during setup under the Profile tab. We can also see that even though we have created the user, we have not yet sent them an invitation to join our company. Before we do so, let's configure their settings and permissions. Under Settings, we can leave admin permissions at None, but we will need to uncheck Disable Trading to allow this user to begin trading. We need to click Save before we move on. Under Accounts, we click Add to allow this user to trade with an account. The accounts are configured to have exchange connections associated with them, and it is through these accounts that users can access specific exchanges. We will assign this user to the XYZ account, which is associated with the company's CME connection. Once associated with the account, we can now provide order permissions. We click the checkbox next to the account name to display the list of permissions made available by the account's restriction settings. We are going to allow this user to delete orders and use all of the order types in trading tools under direct market access, but will not include position update, block and cross orders, or staged orders. For a complete description of each of these permissions, consult our documentation. We then click Save. We then need to apply market data access to our user. Under the Exchanges tab, we select Market Data and set CME to Allow. Sessions allows us to set how many concurrent sessions the user can be logged into. We will be billed monthly for market data for each session, so we'll start by setting this to just one. We can always add a second session later if we would like to, for example, allow simultaneous market data access for both a computer session and a mobile session. Back on the Order Routing tab, we need to add some exchange-required trade settings before our user can trade. Requirements will vary by exchange. Our user will be trading on CME, which requires an operator ID, so we will enter that here. If the user requires an automatic trading system operator ID, or if their firm required a self-match prevention ID, we could enter that here as well. We do have the ability to apply limits on a specific user, but for this case, we are setting limits at the account level and would like them to apply here. To do so, we need to be sure Apply Limits is unchecked, as we are not applying user limits. On the Agreements tab, we can view the status of market data agreements to see which have been accepted by this user and which are pending. Since our user hasn't logged in yet, we see the CME Market Data Subscription Agreement has a status of Outstanding. Access to different environments such as Simulation, Production, and UAT is granted in the Environment tab. Fixed sessions are not required for this user, and there is no login history yet. Now, with our user created and configured, we can return to the Profile tab and click Send Invitation. This will send an invitation to our company to the email address associated with that user. The invitation will prompt them to create a TT account or log into TT with an account they have set up previously. Once they have logged in and accepted the user agreement, they can begin trading. For more information, visit our website at tradingtechnologies.com.